urgency, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly how you can do this. Here is the schedule to max out. In 1 month, you are going to have 90 days. Recently, I've been learning a lot from this entrepreneur named Ed MYlett, and let me tell you guys something, this guy is crazy, and today we're going to talk about the top takeaways of what I've learned from Ed MYlett. I believe that these are the best messages and the best things that I have learned from Ed MYlett. So let's quickly get into this. Before we start, I just want to say, do check out Ed MYlett's YouTube channel, his Instagram, and his podcast. His stuff will literally blow your mind. I'm only going to be briefly describing his tactics and his methods. Go check him out if you want to get the real deal, the real spiel. Guys, he will literally change your life. I'll tell you that much. So before we start, who is Ed MYlett? Ed MYlett is an entrepreneur who is actually the wealthiest 50 under 50. Something like that. But this guy, he owns a consulting business. He owns a podcast. He is a genius. I'll say that much. He interviews a lot of people. Recently, he interviewed Jesse Itzler, which was a great video. Again, go check his stuff out. But he is honestly a genius. He talks about so many productivity hacks, life hacks, a lot of mindset stuff, which is essential for entrepreneurship and as well as running a business. So today we're going to talk about the main takeaways that I have from Ed MYlett. So first off, we're already going to start with a banger. Like, this is actually crazy. So this does not really apply to a certain religion, but it applies to anybody that believes in the afterlife. Personally, I'm Catholic, so I believe in heaven or whatever that looks like for you. What Ed MYlett says is, when he dies, what he thinks will happen is he'll go to heaven and there will be another Ed MYlett. So what will this other Ed MYlett be doing? Well, he believes that God or whoever will tell him that this is what you could have been. This is the potential you had. This person is what you were meant to be, and this is what you are now. So think about it this way. Let's just say, for example, I pass away, God forbid, and I go to heaven and I see that there is my twin, and my twin is far more successful, far more better than me, whatever that looks like. And God tells me that this is what you could have been. This is the potential you had. You could have done all this, but you didn't. And this is you now. So he kind of says he wants to be identical twins with that person that has the max potential. So Ed talks about hashtag maxing out your life. So he says that twin person should be identical to you when you go into heaven. And this is just an idea that he has. And I'm telling you, like, that is crazy. And again, feel free to pause the video and just kind of take everything in, because let me tell you guys something. You guys are going to be mind blown. And also, let me know in the comments below what you think, of course. But yeah, so I already found that mind blowing. I was like, wow. So like, imagine every time you said no to something, your perfect twin would have said yes, would have taken action, would have done something good. So again, that's just crazy. Let's say you want to run a marathon. What is the pace you're going to be running at? Well, most likely you're going to be jogging, right? What about if you're doing a 100-meter dash? You're going to be sprinting. You're going to be going full force. And let's just say, for example, you were able to sprint a marathon. What Ed MYlett usually says is people with a sense of urgency tend to max out and tend to be high achievers, high performers, tend to do much better than people that do everything slow. And this is technically true, because think about it. When you work a lot more faster and you have a sense of urgency and you tell yourself, I have to get this done, you usually get it done. So what he kind of says is to create a sense of urgency. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly how you can do this. Our days usually consist of 24 hours, and we usually spend, let's just say, 6 to 8 hours sleeping. So what are we going to do with the rest of that time? Well, usually we wake up, work, lunch, work, come home, maybe rest, dinner, work again maybe, or whatever that looks like. So these 24-hour days is literally dictated by someone years ago, and who in the world is to say that they dictate how much time you have? Think about it this way. How are you going to let someone you don't even know dictate the amount of time you have? Which, it may seem kind of confusing, and you guys may think I'm a crazy man for this, but think about it. You are letting someone else tell you how much time you have in a day. What if I told you this? Here is the schedule to max out your day. From 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., you are going to be doing all the urgent stuff you have to do in the day, all the important stuff, everything that you need to get done. And guess what? That's all you have in one day. You have 6 hours in one day. That is your one day done. So from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., that counts as one day. Not 24 hours, 6 hours. Then from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., That's day 2. So again, everything that you usually do in one day, you have to try and do that within the first 6 hours of your actual day. So that is day 1. So again, the important stuff, do it on day 1. On day 2, do the less important stuff. Do the phone calls, the emails, the business meetings, the other stuff like that. Do all of that. So day 3, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. So midnight, 6 p.m. to midnight, that's your day 3. So if you follow this schedule, think about this. If you follow the schedule, you don't procrastinate, you don't waste time, you have that sense of urgency, in 1 month, you are gonna have 90 days. Just think about that for a second. While normal people are living a week and have 7 days in a week, you have 21 days in a week. Just think about that for a second. If you create that sense of urgency, if you work hard, if you hustle, of course, you're gonna be taking breaks, you're gonna be doing whatever you have to do. But if you just wire that in your brain that every day is actually 3 days, you will be far more productive. And I have actually done this. It blew my mind. I was able to do so much more work when I had this mindset. It was crazy. It's honestly a life changer. You guys should really look into doing this. Ed talks about how people usually track their progress once a year on New Year's Eve, and then they do the typical BS of New Year, New Me, and whatever. They see how they did that year. Some people do it every month, some people do it every week, but what if you were to do this every single hour? What if you had a mental alarm clock or an actual alarm every hour, and when that clock rings or that alarm rings, you ask yourself this: did I use that last hour to get one step closer to my goals? If the answer is no, you're gonna feel bad and you're gonna wanna do some more work. If the answer is yes, you're gonna feel achieved, you're gonna feel happy, you're gonna say, yes, let me continue to crush this next hour. So think about it. What if you had that alarm clock every single hour asking you if you are doing something good? As an entrepreneurship, it's easy to lose track of time. So having an actual alarm may actually help you a lot in the sense of making sure you're doing the right things, making sure you're crushing your tasks. And again, this doesn't necessarily only relate to entrepreneurs. If you're a student and let's just say you have homework to do, if you have an alarm clock every hour, you can easily see that and say, oh, maybe I should start my essay now. Maybe I should do my assignment now. Again, it works for everything. It's just a productivity hack as a whole. So we talked a lot about productivity hacks and stuff like that. What about mindset? So I can 100% admit that I always have negative talks, negative self-talks, and negative thoughts. I always sometimes think like, oh, what if I can't do it? Everyone has this. One thing that Ed MYlett said, and in this video, I strongly recommend you guys watch it. He says, if you want to end negative self-talk, how do you do it? Well, let's just say, for example, you're carrying a super heavy bag and you just want to let go. How do you let go of it? You drop it, duh. Well, what if you were to do the exact same thing with entrepreneurship and with negative self-talk? So think about this. Next time you self-doubt yourself, just say this: scratch it, done, and just don't even think about it. And again, this will be hard to do at first, but I promise you, once you start doing this, once you start actually taking it in, it will actually work. So whenever I have some type of self-doubt, I just say, scratch it. I move on, I just smile, I go, this is literally what I do. Scratch it, scratch it. And then I just move on, I think of something else, and I think of myself. Easy. Right now, it's easy for me to do that. Before, it was kind of harder, now it's easier. So trust me, guys, definitely look into doing this. Another thing that Ed talks about, and this is also something that I've been learning recently in the book, The Power of Now, which I'm reading. It talks about how the past does not equal the present or the future. The past may put you in certain circumstances, but if you're in the present, if you're living in the present, that's the best thing to do. Living and dwelling in the past will not make you successful. It will only do bad things for you. So Ed talks about this, and again, The Power of Now talks about this, but again, Ed does have some nice points on this, which I strongly recommend you guys go and take in all of his content, guys. And that pretty much wraps it up for today. Again, shout out to Ed. I mean, this guy is literally changing my life with every video he drops. I love consuming his content. He's one of the few people that I actually watch every single piece of content. Again, guys, go check him out. Check out his podcast, Instagram, YouTube channel, whatever that looks like. And again, guys, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos, check out all the videos on my channel. I have a bunch of stuff in terms of investing, entrepreneurship, real estate. Leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss the next banger video, guys. And until next time, I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks, and goodbye. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and before I let you go, I just want to remind you that I'm actually in Forex and I trade Forex, but I don't make my own analysis because I don't have the time, and you may be in that similar situation. My situation is I really don't have time to be analyzing the charts every single day. I'd rather just have someone else do the hard work and I just take in the profits, which is leveraging someone else's knowledge. And this is something that I've been doing, and this is something I'm going to be sharing with you guys as well. So if you actually go on my Instagram, which is in the description, the link's in the description, you can go on my Instagram and click on my link tree where you'll see a free Forex signal group where we send out signals and you guys copy them and make money. If you're not too sure about what Forex is, you can just send me a message on Instagram and I'm more than happy to help you guys and put you guys on the right path. But there is a free Forex group chat where people make money and it's completely free to join. You can just, again, check my link tree, and there is a paid chat as well. So if you are interested in that, there is a paid chat and the price will probably be somewhere in the chat, or you can message me on Instagram. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this last little hidden gem for you since you stuck along for the whole video. I hope you enjoyed the video, but yeah, until next time, thank you so much for watching.